Hello there YouTube, I'm Dean the Vaping Biker and welcome back to another vlog. I'm going to try and keep this one reasonably short today, as I try to do, and a lot of them would fail miserably, but I'm really going to have a go this time. Really it's just a quick catch up and let you know what's been going on and what's happening. And yeah, because last week we had Vape Jam, so the vlog was actually on Tuesday after being a bit poorly on the Monday. Yeah, so that was really just sort of a catch up from that side of things. Hope you enjoyed that if you saw it. I don't know whether it'd probably have more of a thing for people that were there than were not. I don't know, but I tried to give you a flavour of what was going on, and I promise I'm going to work on my interviewing skills to make them a little bit better for the future. Turns out, who knew in front of a camera asking someone, all right, what are we up to? It's really hard. Michael Parkinson, I am not. So, let's have a little look at what else I've done this week. First, before I go any further, now just looking at the videos that I put up this week, thank you so much for all the new subscribers. It's been great to see this channel grow, and I'm still incredibly humbled that so many people watch it. And you know, we're now we're over the 9,000 mark now. I think, let's have a little look here. I think we're around about the 9,158 at the moment. So it's going crazy, and I am certainly loving it, and I'm doing my very best for you guys. So thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate it, and hopefully I can continue bringing you more worthwhile and interesting content, even if I can't talk. So let's have a little look this week. We've had the Asmodus Helve, which I got out, as well as the Boreas. The Asmodus Helve, I was saying before, and I said after the Vape Jam vlog, that I used this a lot, and it really is a mod that I wouldn't use very much at all. I wouldn't buy, rather. However, after finding out the battery life, it's just bloody awesome. It really is. And on top of that is the Boreas tank, which I also reviewed this last week. Both of which are absolutely superb. It's a funky looking setup. The tank's fucking huge. The pistol grip style is massive. I mean, it caused a little bit of discussion on the thread underneath the review, but yeah, it is one of those things that I don't enjoy the styling, but I do enjoy holding the styling, if that makes sense. It's just super comfy, and the battery life is the bollocks. So I do enjoy using that, and this is going to be a big one for me until I find something that gets a similar kind of battery life out of two 18650s. This is going to be one of the units that I will probably use for quite some time, just because I think it really works. And on long car journeys as well, that's brilliant. The tank's brilliant. Everyone's a winner, so that's all good. So that was up. We also did the Hasta V2, which I've got on my Darwin Squonker again. Now, if you saw that, hold you on a second. Am I prepared? Yeah, I kind of am. If you saw that, excuse me, windy pops, you will know that the drip tip, the wide bore drip tip that came with it, I cut out that small section that was the spit guard, and it was not that much larger on the inside to a regular 510. In fact, what I didn't do on the thingy, yeah, that is pretty much normal 510 size. Putting another 510 drip tip against it, that hole at least. So you've got this extra kind of wide mouthy bit, but you're not really achieving a great deal from it. So friends of mine, Sean and Bess at Golden Vape UK, I got in touch with them and I asked if they could make me a drip tip. And that's Golden Vape, by the way. Golden Vape UK. I'll try and put a link down. I'll try and remember to put a link under here. Now, I gave them the measurements of the existing drip tip, and I also asked them to make it just super wide bore and just a tiny hint shorter. So can you see that? It's kind of the gloss one is the one they've made, and it is just a tiny bit shorter than the original one. But you'll also see there's quite the difference there when it comes to the internal bore of them. Now, some people don't like big balls, and some people do, and that's cool, you know, whatever floats your boat and all that good shit. But for me personally, this is working out really well. They did two. They did the gloss black one, and then they did this acrylic kind of yellow and black kind of affair, which I think looks badass. English people can't say badass, that doesn't work. Looks very smooth on the on this Darwin box, all the yellow and black loveliness. Now, the great thing about this is you can, well, you can't because of the light, but you can just about see, you can see the posts through there, but you can see exactly what's going on. Now, obviously, depending on your build, it does leave you prone to the potential of a bit of spitting because you've got nothing in the way protecting it. But at the same time, if you build and you wick adequately and it's not too spitty, I mean, I found that if your cotton's too loose, it can be spitty. Well, a whole bunch of different builds. And I've even had Claptons in here and not had too much of a problem. But you've got a super wide bore, so great for the flavour because it's so close to those coils. It fits nice, it looks nice, it's a little bit shorter, so it's not quite as angry tall-wise. And wide open, it's lovely. And flavour. Clothes for days and flavour. Now, Sean at Golden Vape did say that it's actually the same measurements as another couple of the tips that he makes, and I can't remember which ones they were. But it's the same measurements width-wise. I don't think it is for the height, because I asked for something to be a bit smaller than norm. So, but that, I think, looks the tits. I'm really, really pleased with that, and he knocked them out fairly sharpish as well. Nice single O-ring, nice and tight in the cap there. And is it single or are they double? I'm not going to bother taking that one out again. Really should pay attention. I've got a feeling it might be a double, actually. Yes, it is a double. Let me see if I can show you this. For those of you that like seeing these things. There we go. Look at that, look. Even with a bit of hair. But look how smooth and lovely it is. Look at that. And they do all sorts of acrylics and things in there. So there's a bunch to choose from. And I'm just really made up with it. I think it looks cool as fuck. So not only is it great for squonking, because you can have a little peer down to have a look and see what your wick's looking like, but it's also great for dripping because you can just straight through and no issues whatsoever. So big props, and so thank you very much to Sean and Bess at Golden Vapes UK for doing those for me. I think they're lovely. Yum, 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 yum. What else has been going on? Another quick, just a thank you really to Laurie, who advertised his Dot-Mod V2, 3, 2. Which is it? Which is it? Which is it? It's the new one anyway. V2, there we go. Dot-Mod V2 recently, and me and him struck up a deal for this little bad boy. So I've got a black one. I'm loving the red 1.5 still. That's lovely. But the wife has seen this and keeps trying to steal it off me. So now I've got all in black as well. Oh, that's fabulous. And I've got a bit of a dirty old build on here, which you may have seen if you saw my or if you follow my Instagram. I've put a bunch of pictures on there. I think I do need to get myself a cloud cap for these. I don't know whether I'm going to review it because I wanted one of these for myself rather than for review purposes. But we'll see. I may do. My review queue is so busy still that we'll see what we're like. We'll see if we get a gap on things. I'm at 77.7 watts on there with a kind. This looks nastier. It does look nastier than it actually is. Oh, focus. There we go. We've got kind of a parallel build there with a Clapton and a single core, and it's going quite nicely. Why do I always forget which bloody one I'm on? Yeah, it's not too angry. 77 watts. Lovely. But I do think I do need to get a cloud cap for this as well, with the 2 holes per side in it. So we'll see what the finances look like, or if I can find someone selling one second hand for one of those bad boys. But I do want to keep it black because I think the black looks sexy. What else? Oh, just saw it in the camera. The t-shirts have gone really, really well, or they've had a really good reception. Quite a few people have got them now, and I haven't had anyone shouting and swearing at me, so the quality isn't too bad at all. They're not the most expensive ones, but hopefully that's going to grow over with time anyway. But no, this is this. If you haven't seen it yet, this is one of the designs that Jimith did for me. Jimith of just vaping fame. He's awesome, and yeah, so he does I've got a few different designs going on now, and I'm sure more will be added. But thank you to everyone that came and complimented those at Vape Jam. That was very cool of you. Thank you very much, and thank you to everyone that's bought one. It's all very nice. It's not going to make me a millionaire, but it's just something I wanted. I want to try and do a little bit of vapewear clothing that's a little bit bikey and a little bit kind of funky looking, you know. Bit of kitchen roll. I've noticed a lot of condensation on the top of what I'm about to speak about. Well, one of the things that I have mentioned before, I think it was either my last. It wasn't there. Did I mention it in the Jam vlog? I might have done. Grey Hayes sent me a Moonshot as well as a couple of other bits. They sent me the Helve and a few other bits and pieces that are in the queue. But they sent me a Moonshot. Now, when I was at Jam, met up with a very, very nice chap who is the designer of the whole thing, and we had a good old chat about it. Now, in the review that I've got coming up, you will notice. Oh, I'm just having a little check here. In the review, you will notice that I will have a couple of sections where I include the manufacturer. There you go. I just had an absolute brain fart. What a knobhead. I'm sorry. See, look, I've got too many. Those of you that send me personal friend requests, thank you very, very much, and I do appreciate it. It's very kind of you. But I'm fairly confident that a lot of you don't need to see what I've had for my dinner, and you don't need to see kind of, you know, what me and the wife have got up to on our holidays and all that sort of stuff. So I have got a vaping biker page on Facebook, so go ahead and look into that. Anyway, screw that. Let's get back onto this, shall we? It's that point on a Sunday. So I got the Moonshot, and the designer's name is a chap called Aldrich, who is a lovely, lovely chap, and I am including some of the video that I shot with him at a new B&M in Norwich called Vape Industries. I sat down with him. I met him at Jam, but then I sat down with him on Thursday, and we went through the Moonshot and a couple of the design aspects of it. For instance, like the floating deck. There's a couple of cool ideas as to why that is the case. And also, since then, at Jam, they also gave me the Supremo, which is this little 70-watt box mod, which is actually pretty cool. Now, it doesn't use a chip like a Yeehee or anything like that. This chip, or board, once again, is also designed by Aldrich. And, working, I think the board is working with Sigeli. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to come back to you on that. But it's actually a really nice little setup, and I'm really enjoying using it. I've got a couple of big bad boy Claptons in the Moonshot at the moment, and one of the things that I found when I was building it was because the top of the chimney is kind of, you're never quite sure how high above the barrel you can go before it'll short out or do anything dodgy against the chimney. But if you go onto the Supremo guys Instagram page, they'll show you some builds, and I think they've got like 5mm ID coils in there, so it's a 6mm overall, and there's a fair old kind of poke out the top there, so you can get some really big bloody coils going on. And it's a cracking little tank. You do have to fill it up a lot, but it's a cracking little tank. And one of the things that I mentioned on the Ideal Home Show last Thursday was the fact that with these bad boys, there's actually going to be a couple more coming out. One of them's going to be wider and the other one's going to be taller. So the taller one is going to be sort of the height that we're used to with a lot of the sub-ohm tanks, but because of the shorter kind of deck and everything else, it's going to relay potentially more liquid in there. But hopefully I'll have more news for that, for you for that in the future. Excuse me. But I'm really getting used to that mod, and I will record them separately, and I have those out soon. I'm struggling to get through all of the reviews. I've had because of illness and all this sort of rubbish and life, you know, it's been a bit of a challenge to catch up with stuff, but we are getting there, which is good. What else has been happening? The Conqueror, which is still up for review as well. That's got a golden vape strip tip on it. This is something that I've really been enjoying using. If you saw me at Jam, you'd have seen me probably either with this setup, or with the Velocity on there, or this one with my little eFusion Mini or eFusion Duo with the Conqueror on it, because I've just really been enjoying using it. I really have. Smooth airflow, and which is reminiscent of the Serpent, but at the same time it's super easy to build, it's super easy to wick, and that was the big thing for me with the Serpent. The wicking was a pain in the dick. A lot of other people got it right. I, however, did not, and it was a pain. I got it sussed in the end, but the wicking on this is just super easy. Loving it. And this is on a couple of twisted 26 gauge Canthal, I think, and coming out at 0.39 ohms at 44.4 watts, so you don't have to really spank the arse off it, you know. Loads of flavour, loads of vapour. I like it a lot. Now then, what else has come through? I've got a few other bits and bobs that are coming through, but one thing I did get, and I mentioned it on my, did I mention it on my vlog, my Jam vlog? I think I did, is that Mr. Mark Todd sorted me out a Vapor Giant Mini, so it makes me feel like I'm a little bit more high-endy. There is nothing mini about this, but it makes me feel a little bit posher. So whether I review this or not, I'm not entirely sure. Once again, it's going to fall into that kind of area where if I can add it into my review queue, I will. It's not super new with regards to kind of nobody else reviewing it or anything like that. So the other things do have to take precedence because they're from they're either things that I've purchased or they are from vendors that have sent stuff in. And you know, my queue is a queue for a reason. So that may or may not get reviewed. There is a bucket load out there anyway, but I probably will at some point just because I like using it. The build quality on it is spectacular. It's louder. It's louder than you would expect. Vapor Giant Mini. Conqueror. Mini. Conqueror. Which is scary, isn't it? But build quality is superb. Now then, what else? Coil Master sent me this the other day, which is very exciting. Pop off the top, one of these little bad boys, and I thought, oh, they've sent me a present for the wife. But no, this is a big bugger, and it's quite heavy. I haven't filled it yet, but this is actually a bottle for your e-liquid. It's stainless. It holds 20 mils of juice. It's got a kind of a plunger thing going on the end there, which you press down. And a little sort of spring-loaded tipped needle jobby on the end there, which I thought was pretty interesting. It's very reminiscent of the what was that tank? Oh, I'm sure you're screaming at me. I think it came out from Innikin a couple of years ago, and it was a wee bit smaller than this. UCAN, that was the name of it, the UCAN. But this is a 20 miller, so it holds a whole bunch of juice. And yeah, I mean, I guess the idea with the little clippy thing is you can, if you really want to, you can hang it on your belt, I suppose. But you can hang it on stuff to make it easier access, I guess. So that's interesting. kind of. So I'm looking forward to. I'll fill that up tonight and see what that's like. So thank you very much to the Coil Master people for that. Now, is there anything else new in there? No, I haven't got anything else new to add to the queue at the moment. It is pretty much what you're aware of already. We've got the Moonshot. We've got the Envy 22, which hopefully will be in this coming week. The Boreas we've done already. Oh, I have got this. Now, Vapor Depot sent me this home wrecker. This is the reason why my vlog is a little bit later than expected today, because this fucker needs updating, because it's just not, it's not giving me, I've talked about it before, and it's not giving me straightforward results, really, dependable results that I can talk to you guys about. So it needs updating, because apparently they've fixed a few of the bugs or the issues, and they've made it more accurate, which is great. And I've said about before that I was going to be updating it that afternoon, and I tried, and I'm not really a Windows person. I run everything on Macs, and I don't, no iPhones, Samsung phone, but computer wise it's Macs. And they one of these brilliant companies that don't support Mac use. So I have a netbook that I think it's running Windows 7 on it, that I update Yeehee and Evolve boards with, and I also have access to the wife's computer, which I think is a laptop that also runs Windows 7. So I've tried using it, and it wouldn't update before, and then I got really angry with it, and I didn't touch it for a little bit. So I've been back into it, got really angry, didn't touch it, got back into it a little bit more. So you know, zened state of mind when I got into this bad boy today, and it all turns out that it doesn't look as though it runs on Windows 7, or the software updates don't run on Windows 7 with, I don't know, whatever configuration of computer I've got. Which boils my piss massively, massively. If you're going to buy something, then I don't think it says on the box that you have to. It doesn't, you know. Why would it? Why? If you're going to buy something that needs a certain level of software to run it, why don't you put it on the box? Why don't you put it on fucking people? So that's super annoying. Super annoying. So it's still not updated because I can't do it. I've sent Home Tech an email or a message on Facebook, and I may have to email them as well to ask them what the score is and if there's a way around it, or if it is what it is. But I'm not going to go out and buy a laptop just because, well, I can't afford to, but if I could afford to, I'm not going to go out and buy a laptop just for one mod that may or may not work with the updated software. So that kind of, that's riled me, that has. So, but apologies to Vapor Depot in the UK for not reviewing this yet. There has been that reason for it. Yeah, very, very grr. Very grr. What else has been going on juice-wise? I think I pointed that out before, but this Mona's Pantry Cloudy Lemonade is very, very nice. I've been enjoying that. It doesn't look like there's much come out of there, but there's about 25ml come out of there so far. That's been super. I'm giving a blast to DB Liquids, them apples at the moment. I quite like my appley things. I've got from Grey Haze some custard drop, which is not bad at all. I have this Moo. I got this Moo e-liquids strawberry milk. I wanted the almond one, and I forgot all about it, and ended up with the strawberry one. Got that from Jam. Tasted really nice at Jam. Not so much at home. It's like you know when you're on holiday and you go, "Hey, get the old brandy in. That's all right. It's paint stripper. No, I'll be fine." And you have a really good time with it. You bring a bottle home and find out that it is actually paint stripper. That's kind of the situation that I've had with that one, which has been nice. Otherwise, what is there to expect this week? What can you get? What am I going to do? Let's say that this coming week there will be the Plato, the Moonshot, and maybe the Envy Athena Envy 22. That's probably what I'm going to aim for coming up this coming week. And then the Supreme what's it called? Supremo mod. I can't talk. I really can't talk. didn't even have wine last night either. The Supremo will be getting done the week after, along with the other couple of bits and bobs. I think I also told you that I've got the Fat Man tank for the Cleto, which looks funky as you like, but useful because it holds a bunch of extra juice. That, I really think, ladies and gentlemen, is it. I'm going to try and... How much of what are we on now? 24 minutes? Oh, I'm going to do a vlog in under half an hour. So, yeah, the Hastra RDTA, that was done. A great... or so close to being a really good tank. Just the fill method is just a bit of a bastard on it. It really is. And it does cause it to leak a little bit. For only to start with when you close the top fill, but also just the actual kind of getting a nib of a unicorn bottle or something in there. If you're using high VG, it tries to back out, and it's just, that's a pain in the ass. All they needed was an extra hole kind of on the other side of the top cap, and that would have fixed that, but they didn't. So that's happened. The Hastra V2, the Boreas, and the Helve, that's what's gone through this week. So if you haven't seen any of those, go back and have a little look and see what you think. That, I think, ladies and gentlemen, is it. I really think it is. Oh, not really vape related, but that came through the post today. Oh. So, my theory being that after using some of my music, or the music in it from a band I was in many years ago during the jam kind of vlog, I thought, well, why, seeing as I don't really play the guitar, why don't I just grab something like this, and then I can get everything together and I can make my own background music for stuff. So that might be a plan. So you may be hearing a bit more of that. I might have to see about or upgrade GarageBand on the Mac, but yeah, I'm looking forward to having a play with that. I wanted to do it today, but the Homebreaker took all my time. That is your lot. How easy is that? Yeah. Easy. Keeping it quick, keeping it simple tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Dean the Vaping Biker. I'll see you this coming week with a whole bunch of reviews, hopefully. And it is one of the things where best laid plans and everything else. Every time I say that on a vlog, I end up then going, oh shit, and only been able to get 2 out. But let's really push hard this week, shall we? Thanks again for all the new subscribers. This has been a really waffly vlog, but hopefully it's been entertaining. Is that the right word? It's past the time while you've been waiting to cut your toes or nails, or I don't know. it's helped you cook a pizza that's gone on for half an hour. Anyway, that's for me. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Dean the Vaping Biker. This has been just a random waffle, and I will see you on the next one. See you later. Have it large. It's come to an end. I feel it. Hello there, YouTube. Welcome back to a bloody good vaping. No, that's not me. Obligation to start again.